So before we make our header image, we need to find some fonts that we like, and we're going to download and install them to our computer so that we can use them in our graphics program. Now there are a few different places you can get fonts. Font Squirrel is my personal favorite, just for regular use for fonts. They're free for commercial use, so you can go ahead and go through and find what you want. There are a few other options though. My Fonts is really great. They have a ton of gorgeous fonts with tons of different options in them. So if you're really looking for something special, if you're designing an actual logo to use, you may look at My Fonts. They do have some free options, but most of the best ones are paid on this site. But I do recommend, if you really want something unique and you're designing a logo, check out My Fonts. Another mostly free font site is defont.com. I've been using this font site since, I don't know, probably the early 2000s. They have a ton of great fonts, but some of them are free. Some of them are only free for personal use. Some you do have to pay for, so make sure you pay attention to the licensing options. Just to make things simple, I'm going to pick something from Font Squirrel because it's 100% free for commercial use. I don't have to worry about it. I can use it on whatever I want. So let's find a font that we like. Try and find one that I don't already have. Let's see, I don't think I have this Alex brush. So if I liked this font, I just go ahead and click on it. One of the nice things about this, they do have a test drive option, so before you download a million fonts to your computer, you can test things out. So if I wanted to see what this would look like with my website name on it, I can go ahead and test that out here. And that looks pretty good to me, so let's go ahead and download this. Okay, so the zip file is downloaded. Now I need to go ahead and install that. So I'm going to go ahead and drop this onto my desktop real fast and open it up. Now the only file that I want right here to install is this one, this TTF file. I'm going to just put that on my desktop. Now there are licenses included in most of these. Font Squirrel is, like I said, 100% free for commercial use, but you may go ahead and read through these just to make sure you're not using them in any way that they're not supposed to be. For the most part, these font licenses say things like you're not allowed to sell them or to package them or to claim them as your own. But go ahead and make sure that you read through those before you use something, just in case you run into a problem later down the road. Okay, so I don't need the zip file anymore. I'm just going to go ahead and delete that, but I do still want this. Now, if you're using a Mac or a different version of Windows, this may be slightly different, but it should be pretty similar. I'm going to go over to my control panel, and under Appearance and Personalization for me, there is a Fonts folder. So I'm going to go ahead and go into that. And here are all my fonts. I have 691, which actually is not that bad for a designer. So I'm going to just go ahead and take this from my desktop and drag it into here, and it will install it. So now that Alex brush font is available for me to use in Word or any graphics program that I want to use it, it's on my computer. And that's how you install a font. As you can see, it's really easy. On to the next lesson.